Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel at Design with Maha. Today's vlog we will be learning about how to create a simple glass bottle in Blender. So in order to do that, here as you can see I'm deleting the default object given over here by pressing the shortcut X. And towards the top, under add, under mesh, I'm choosing this option called cylinder. So once you place the cylinder, towards the right side you have the scaling option, or here towards the left side you have the scaling icon, or the shortcut will be S in order to resize it. I'm resizing my cylinder like this. So once I'm done with this part, I'm moving it towards the top. Once the object placement is done, the next thing is going to be edit mode. So I'm converting this object mode into edit mode. So here as you can see we are going to apply two techniques. One is going to be the bevel part. In order to bevel it, I will be holding to the edges of the entire cylinder by using the shortcut Alt. As you can see I'm holding the edge 1, and by holding Alt I'm highlighting all the edges together, and with the shortcut Ctrl B I'm beveling it like this. And below you have the dialog box, and here I am changing the segment of the bevel where it will be automatically converted into curve part towards the end. So once I am done with this, as in the inner faces I am highlighting by using Alt, and with the shortcut E to extrude I am extruding it towards the top. And once the extrude is done, I am going to repeat the same bevel process. By holding Alt I am highlighting the top part of the edges, and by holding Ctrl B I am beveling it to give the smooth texture. I will be repeating the same technique to the bottom part also. As in the Blender 4.2 version, the Alt shortcut will work for you in order to highlight each and everything. As if it is going to be 3.0 or 4.0 version of your Blender, the Alt shortcut will not work. Instead of that you can use Shift, or you can use the edge, face and vertex option applied in the top in order to highlight each and everything separately. So once I'm done with this part, I'm coming back to the object mode. So here as you can see, this is how the first product is going to look like, and here towards the top you have the option called toggle X-ray. As you know, X-ray is something where you can see the inner part of everything. Same like that, in order to see the inner part I'm using this X-ray. Under modifier I'm choosing solidify, and here when I do increase the thickness I'm converting this bottle into the sub bottle, which is like I'm creating two subdivisions of one particular product. And here you have this option called apply under drop down arrow. Click this apply only, then the effect will be applied accordingly. So we have split one particular bottle into two sub bottle. And coming back to edit mode, click the bottom edge, any one of the bottom edge, and the shortcut is going to be Ctrl L to select similar length, and H to hide the outer surface of the bottle. So here as you can see you will be getting the inner surface of the bottle. And now below I'm going to use the same technique, Alt and bevel, to give the smooth texture for the bottom part. So once you're done with this, the shortcut is G as in for the jiggle of the particular bottle, and then the shortcut is going to be Z to move it towards the top and bottom. So here as you can see the inner bottle will be reduced to the size when compared to the outer bottle. So I'm moving it towards the top a bit by using the shortcut Z like this. This is how the inner bottle texture will look like. As you can see, this is how the inner part texture will look like. Now in order to select the entire inner bottle, in order to apply the material, the shortcut will be A to select all. Once the entire bottle is selected, here towards the right side below you have this option called material. Click on to the material property, and by clicking plus or by adding new, add a new material and rechange the name into glass. Once it is done, click this option assign. Do not change anything below. Click this option assign. And now we need the outer bottle. To unhide it, the shortcut will be Alt H. As you can see, the outer bottle will appear. And by using the same shortcut for the bevel, I am highlighting the edges below in order to give the smooth texture, and I am beveling it like this. So once this particular part is done, highlight the outer bottle by clicking A, and again add a new material and rename this as bottle and click assign. So once you're done with this particular part, you can come back from the edit mode to object mode, and now I'm going for the modifier in order to give a smooth texture. So under modifier, I'm going for the option called subdivision surface. So once you click the subdivision surface, as in for the level value, I'm clicking 2. As in for the further smoothness, I'm right clicking and I'm going for the option called shade smooth. So this part is done. As in you can see the bottle part is done, and now we need a cap for it. In order to do that, under mesh, I'm choosing the cylinder again by using Z or by using the move tool. According to the Z axis, I'm pushing it towards the top like this, and I'm just going to scale it accordingly. So the main part when you work with this particular model is the edges which you highlight and the bevel part. As in the sharp edges and the beveling part will play a vital role in creating this particular model. For example, let's say you have a curved base in the below, and towards the top you have an edge which is very sharp. When you go for the subdivision surface, the effect will not work properly. So it will be like some kind of sharp edges given for each and every product separately. In order to avoid it, when you are trying to give some smooth edge for one particular product, you will have to apply the same thing for the entire model. So here, as you can see, I'm coming back to the edit mode for the cap, and by using the Alt, I'm highlighting my edges again, and by holding Ctrl B, I'm beveling towards the top. As you can see, I'm beveling the top and bottom part again like this, and I'm going to repeat the same subdivision surface. Coming back to the object mode, under modifier, I'm clicking this option subdivision surface, and the level is going to be 2, and the same option right click shade smooth. So we are done with the product model. As you can see, the product model is done, and the next thing is going to be a texture. That is the main important thing. So click the bottle, and here you can see this option called render property. Click that. As in the render engine, change the option into cycles. So once you are done with this particular option, come back below where you will have the material where we gave the glass option. So click the glass, and here below you can see the option called principal BSDF under surface. So click that and rechange this into glass BSDF. So once you're done with this, as in for the roughness, reduce it to 0, and repeat the same thing for the bottle. Click the bottle, go for the surface, change the principal BSDF into glass BSDF, and the roughness will be 0. And here IOR is nothing but your lighting, so it can be either 4.5 or it can be 1.5 or it can be 1.3. That is up to the level of the glasses which you are giving, because here we are creating two different glasses which will have two different texture, where the inner glass will be different and the outer glass will be different. We are like segregating it into two different parts. In order to highlight it, I'm changing the roughness and the IOR accordingly. So once you're done with this, here you have the world properties. Click that. Under this color option, click the yellow color, and there you have this option called environment texture. So whatever image you have downloaded for the entire background, you can open it by using this option. I'm choosing an image which I have already downloaded. Make sure it is in JPEG format and open. So the entire part is done. In order to see the final output, towards the top you have this option called viewport shading, as in the render view. So now as you can see, this is how the glass effect is going to look like in Blender. As you can see the two different subdivisions of the bottle, where you have the inner one and the outer one accordingly. And again, coming back to the materials below, I'm changing the color of my bottle like this. So whatever color you want, you can change it accordingly. So I'm changing the color like this. Once the option is done, coming back to the cap, click that, add a new material. Either you can go for adding a texture, or here I'm simply choosing the base color, and I'm reducing the base color to the gray, like the combination between the gray and the black. And what I'm going to apply here will be the metallic finish. So here below you have this option metallic. As you can see below, you have this option called metallic. I'm increasing the metallic value to the maximum end %. So now as you can see, this is how the glass texture will look like in Blender. So here when you look into the glass bottle, you have two different segregations given together because of the X-ray method which we used when we do create a model, where we segregated this particular bottle into two different ones. By using this particular technique, you can create whatever product model you want by giving this glass effect or some kind of textures which is going to be applied, but the technique is going to be same. So kindly make sure when you work on this particular product, the main option is going to be bevel and by highlighting the edges. And before this, you will have to make sure under the X-ray view you are segregating it into two different bottles. These are the main three techniques you will have to keep in the mind when you do create an glass in Blender. So this is the final output on how to create a simple glass product model in Blender software. In the upcoming vlog, we will be learning about few more advanced technique in Blender. If you people find this video useful, do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.